Hello there, SERAPHIM17 once again. This is my Dark Souls 3, Soul Level 1, New Game +7, no damage run. This is Filianore's Rest, and it's going to be the prelude to Gale, who is pretty much the nemesis of this run. And I'll explain why while we fight him. But up until that point, we have to go past a Lothric Knight, or not Lothric Knight, sorry, a Ringed Knight, who has the huge ultra greatsword, double swords, and this is him, just a preposterous weapon that swings for days, has all kinds of horizontal crazy range, and just when you think he's finished, he adds a new attack. So I'm going to be quite patient with him. I'm going to space him, I'm going to go for backstabs, I'm going to hit once, move away, I'm going to see what he does. There's probably plenty of opportunities here to parry, but I don't have my cestus on, and I'm not taking off my my weapon for the purposes of that. So we're just going to do it the spacing way. And I'm going to talk about the Half-Life fight, which I don't like too much. And it's kind of funny because you would think on the grounds this would be one of those fights I'd really like, because normally I enjoy the NPC encounters. I enjoyed the NPCs in Demon Souls, in Dark Souls. I enjoyed the gank NPC fight in Dark Souls 2's DLC, which was kind of crazy and weird and broken in so many ways, but I enjoyed it. You know, I had fun with that fight. Not a good fight, but I had fun with it. This one I just don't. This one is like a lot of the fights in Bloodborne, where I just don't find them to be too fun. Like, I think Gascoigne and Gehrman are amazing, but I think the Cainhurst Crow and, you know, like Eileen and everything, they're just borderline poor taste, because it kind of highlights just how awkward a lot of those engagements are. And Half-Life is no different. If this boss enabled you so that after the first time you enter the room, it just immediately summoned the NPC, I would have probably given this an honest try to no damage it, because it's definitely doable. I had a go at doing it, and I got to the second Painted Guardian, and he was running away from me, and he threw one of those blue daggers while he wasn't even facing me, and it hit me. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. But like, if Adjudicator Argo wasn't so mouthy every single time you enter the room, and then there wasn't all the nonsense that the boss himself does, I'd have probably give this an honest try, and this would be a no damage of him. But it isn't. Instead, I changed some properties on my fists, and I'm going to One Punch Man them both. And it's over in a second, guys. You'll blink, you'll miss it. It's not impressive, it's not meant to be impressive, it's just one of those things. I'm not here to entertain shit fights, I'm here to have fun, and that's why I've done it this way. I apologise to anybody who's disappointed by this, but it's literally inexcusable to me as far as a challenge run that this would ever be a fight in it, because this is meant to be done as PvP. The PvE could have been a great idea for having an NPC with a ton of different abilities, but instead they gave him passive soul mass that can hit you during certain animations and streak off at the most preposterous times. Like, you know, if you attack this boss when the soul mass is generating itself, you can trade with invisible soul mass. There's so much garbage involved, I hate it. I hate everything it represents, and I'm not going to talk anymore about it because it's going to be over. So, I wait for the Painted Guardian, and then I do this. It does 3 damage, and now he's dead. And then I wait for our buddy Half-Light, who's going to turn up with his protection of Lancers, and his Crystal Soul Mass, and his animation cancelling, infinite stamina, input reading dog shittery, and we're going to watch him be all fancy, do what he wants to do. And then we're going to do what's coming up in a moment when he swaps to the bow, inevitably, which he always does once he does the Lancers and gets his little bit of armour. And that's the end of him, so there you go. Fuck you, Half-Light. Suck a dick! And that's the wonders of Cheat Engine, guys. You can change all kinds of parameters. And for a shit boss like that, I have no shame in doing it, because it made a wonderful, wonderful experience for me. Because, yeah, garbage boss is always garbage. And you might wonder, well, Chris, why do you hate it so much, other than the reasons you've given me? The main reason is simple. Oh, by the way, guys, the footage here was corrupted on my path towards Filianore's Rest. So this is not going to be half as awesome as it was the first time, because I did it all like slow motion walking and stuff, and it was pretty epic. But then I came back and I realised she wasn't even there, because obviously once the illusion is shattered, you realise what's going on. But I had to go back and record this footage, so as a little bit of an insider information, this was recorded after I killed Lord of Cinder. So this was after the project was done. I was editing it, and I got to this section, and then there was 2 videos that were showing as corrupted. It was this one, and it was going back to Firelink and doing something, which wasn't going to be in the videos anyway. So on top of all the reasons that I've given, why do I hate Half-Life so much? Because every single other boss in this DLC is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Some of the finest bosses they've ever made, with fights that I really thoroughly enjoy. Even Gale, who's coming up, who I hate, I can acknowledge he's an amazing fight, and the reason I hate him is because I get nervous in the third phase and I fuck up Punishers. Like, we could have had 4 of the best bosses in the series, but instead we get 3 really strong ones and 1 that isn't even worth mentioning. So that's one of the main reasons why I hate it so much, because we could have got something so much better. And it's a shame, because I would have loved something else, something really interesting. Can you imagine if you'd have taken on the captain of the Ringed City Knights, like it was some kind of crazy manifested Dark Wraith? That could have been amazing. That could have been like an Artorias or something. But no, instead, we get some ponce in a dress who just cheats. So yeah, fuck you.